Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host. And what you see on your screen is a sneak preview of the new Jaeger LeCoultre or Jaeger LeCoultre Polaris Perpetual Calendar.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
The Polaris collection has become the sporty collection at Jaeger LeCoultre or Jaeger LeCoultre, and we all know lots of sporty type watches have been presented so far, but no perpetual calendar. And here it is. Here is the perpetual calendar displayed by 4 sub-counters. A very complete perpetual calendar, we have to say, since if you look closely, we do have the indication also of the year fully written. So you read 2021 or 2022. You have the months, you have the date, you have the day. Then you have the moon phase, and not only the moon phase for the northern hemisphere, also the moon phase for the southern hemisphere. Where is the moon phase for the southern hemisphere indicated? Yes, there is. If you look at the moon phase subdial at 6 o'clock, you will see on the upper side, you see the moon disk. And then just underneath, there is a small hand. And this small hand indicates the moon phases on the southern hemisphere. And you know, of course, the moon in the southern hemisphere looks different, and it is indicated by this hand, and it is a retrograde hand. So once the moon reaches new moon, it will slide back, go back in its initial position, and we have been filming this and we can nicely show this. And there's one little more indication you see on the dial if you look exactly just above the center of the dial. There is a disc being either red or white. What is this for? This little disc is there to tell you when you should not intervene in the calendar functions by manually setting the calendar. So there's no setting of the calendar. As long as you see the red disc being displayed when it is white, it is safe to go. You can do adjustments. As long as it is red, please do not. Why do you see 2 crowns on the watch? So the crown above at 2 o'clock is the one you use to set the inner ring, the turning bezel, and you can set it. It is a watch that is waterproof up to 100 meters. The case is waterproof up to 100 meters, so you in theory could use it for any activities underwater, and then you can set a specific time by setting the arrow that is now positioned at 12 o'clock to any position from 0 to 60. It's an automatic movement, of course, 70 hours of power reserve. The movement that is being used is the 868AA, 868AA, a in-house, of course. What am I telling you? All movements from the brand Jaeger LeCoultre or Jaeger LeCoultre, of course, in-house movements. So I didn't give you so far the diameter of the case. The diameter of the case, either in steel or in gold, is 42 millimeters. The thickness is 11.97 millimeters, and the so-called lug-to-lug distance is 48.8 millimeters, 48.8. You can either wear the watch as shown with a bracelet. In case you're wearing it with a bracelet, the steel bracelet, it will taper from 21 to 18 millimeters. 21 to 18. If you're wearing it with the rubber strap, then it will taper from 21 to only 20. A absolutely cool watch, I have to say, due to the fact with 42 millimeters, and as you see, the external bezel is so thin. When you look on it, when you see the watch, it is so thin that the opening of the dial is huge. And this really gave the possibility to the engineers and the designers to create quite huge sub-counters. And so the readability of what is indicated on this perpetual calendar is good. It's not perfect because, of course, these indications are small, but I have seen many more perpetual calendars where you had absolutely no readability because everything was so small you really needed a magnifying glass. But here, if you look, the readability is a good one, and you can really see if it's Monday, Tuesday, whatsoever, the date, the month, and very nice, I really like that. Yeah, you have the full year 2021, 2022 written on the dial, and this is really, really something very, very nice. This perpetual calendar, of course, is accurate. You don't need to do any adjustments. At any time when you wear it, the calendar will know all the length of each month and also will do the correction if it is a leap year or not. But, yes, the Gregorian calendar has some corrections. The next one will happen in the year 2100. Yeah, in the year 2100, our Gregorian calendar will have there will be no leap year. And this is the only information that mechanically has not been programmed in the watch. And so in this case, if the next generation is wearing this wonderful perpetual calendar, you will have to bring it to a watchmaker and he will have to do this little correction by hand, manually, and you cannot set it. It's not possible. The prices for these watches, as far as we know them, please note that this video has been taped many weeks earlier of Watches and Wonders, so the price might have changed or had to be changed due to currency fluctuations. As far as I know, or we know the price, the gold version with the rubber strap is sold for €38,300. Excluding, please attention, excluding VAT. And the steel version with the bracelet, is sold for €25,600. Again, excluding VAT. You have to add the VAT to get your respective price in your country. So, and yes, there is also the possibility, I want to mention that if you wish, you can always also wear the gold case with either a rubber or a leather strap. It's up to you. You decide. You can do this as you like. And if you prefer, leather looks good. But honestly, I would say, in my humble opinion, yeah, rubber is so cool. That combination of red gold and rubber looks really, really, really cool. So thanks for watching a sneak preview of this Polaris Perpetual Calendar. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for much more. And yes, of course, once we get hands on the watches later in the year, we will do an extensive review of this wonderful, gorgeous timepiece from Jaeger LeCoultre or Jaeger LeCoultre, as you like it. Okay, bye-bye for now.